Hello everybody, my name is Matthew Carswell and today I'm going to be talking about deepfakes and you. I know the picture might seem a little weird, but it'll make more sense as we go along the presentation. As far as the outline for this presentation goes, there were five certain, I guess, topics I want to discuss. The first one would be AI and its, well, usage in deepfakes pretty much. What is a deepfake? Because if you don't know what a deepfake is, you might not really know how this affects you. The pros and cons of deepfakes and how they affect everyone. Should you be concerned about deepfakes? And the ethical ramifications behind them. Alright, so I want to say since the turn of the century, pretty much, AI has been rising in popularity just through the vast amount of devices we use. If you go to the hospital, a lot of the machines there use AI to calculate things. When you go home, your refrigerator's probably using AI, your Alexa's using AI, your phone's using AI, your car's using AI. So pretty much a lot of the things we use in everyday life relies on AI. The thing about it is that, like, it learns just like you and me, except that it learns at a much faster rate. Since like these computers are doing is able to scour through these vast amounts of information and pretty much achieve whatever the hell its goal is. Uh, yeah, so pretty much like if you use things like Facebook, Netflix, YouTube, all AI, it tracks like your habits, tries to see what you like, things like that. Alright, so what exactly is a deepfake? A deepfake pretty much is, you can think of it as a Photoshop picture in a sense, but instead it's a video where they can make you say or do whatever it is they want. So the term deepfake was pretty much, I would say, created around 2017 on Reddit. Yeah, it's pretty much what it sounds like for the most part. Fake video, it can be used for comedy, political gain, like pretty much anything you want it to. We're actually going to touch subject on that later in the video. So deep fakes are actually circulating a lot around the television and web already. Some examples would be like the one I have on the side. I'm not sure the video's gonna play, but the Jordan Peele, he did a deep fake of Obama, pretty much talking about, like, it was Obama in the video. He was saying, like, oh, like now there's ways to make videos where people can say anything they want, yada yada yada. You get the gist, pretty much. Uh, but that's just one example of what a deep fake is, and I'm gonna get into some of the problems and ramifications and also the pros of deepfakes. As far as the benefits of deepfakes go, they'll mostly be beneficial in a commercial sense. When I say that, I mean things mostly such as like movies, videos, like obviously, stuff like that. Some famous examples of deepfakes from major studios actually is Carrie Fisher back in Star Wars Episode 8, I believe. As you guys know, she died shortly before like filming of the film, and she had like a prime role in it. So basically, what they did is that they can gathered a bunch of like videos, pictures, voice recordings, things such as that, and they pretty much used AI, put it all together, and her CGI version of herself was the product. Like, if you didn't know any better, like if you're in Iraq and you thought she was alive, obviously, you think like, oh, like there's nothing wrong with that. Like, how can you really distinguish this? That's the thing. Moving on, fake news is a really big problem in this era, and I honestly think that a benefit, if you can call it, of deep fakes would be that it promotes to be skeptical. I mean, like, you don't know what is and isn't real, especially with deep fakes. They're just getting better and better these days. So it's good to remain skeptical and not fall into the trap of, like, taking in fake news. And it also fuels innovation in the security sector, because, like I said, like these videos can be doctored for literally anything you want. We're gonna have to find ways to combat like these deepfakes, which is actually something I'm gonna be touching on pretty soon. Alright, so here's where the topic of deepfakes gets a little nasty. One of the biggest problems when it came to deepfakes was deepfake porn. So pretty much what they would do is it's targeted mostly towards like women celebrities. But basically, what they do is that they gather, like I said previously, a bunch of pictures, a bunch of video, a bunch of sound recordings, things like that, and doctor up these videos. So some of the people that have been targeted by these videos are like I said, mostly women. So people like Emma Watson, Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, Scarlett Johansson, etc. Yeah. As AI gets better, it becomes harder to separate fact from fiction. Like as the AI gets better, the videos get better, and it's pretty much harder to tell like what's fact from fiction. Deepfakes in politics is another serious problem. When it comes to politics, if you can control what a person says and control the narrative, it really gets damaging. Uh, a recent example of a deepfake being used in politics was Donald Trump actually shared a doctor video from Nancy Pelosi, of her like slurring over her words and stuttering and things like that. But it turned out like the entire video, well, not the entire video, but like all the stuttering and everything was completely faked. And the topic of credibility and authenticity, that's a big one. I used the picture to my left as an example. If you look, it's a presentation of Mark Zuckerberg pretty much talking about like transparency on ads and things like that, but that's the thing. It's not him. It was completely deepfake video made by people that are pretty much just trying to get people to release sensitive information on their social medias under the guise of being Mark Zuckerberg. Alright, so why you should be concerned about deepfakes. The thing about deepfakes is that anybody can pretty much assemble one on the shittiest of computers. All they really need is a few pictures, a video, have you. They can honestly just have AI impersonate the voice, or if they find a real impersonator, they can do that, and they're in time, and they're pretty much set. Using these deep fakes, like anything you say or do can be used against you, for whatever purpose it is. Doctored media can be created instantly. Like anybody can do it. Anybody can be targeted by this. So like there's just endless possibilities as to what could happen. And your ability to consent is completely stripped away, pretty much. Like you don't really get a say so if you want to be in this. This kind of relates to the picture I have on the right, courtesy of Vice News. It's from a story about a deepfake app called DeepNude, which pretty much let dudes take pictures of women, and the AI would take away the clothes and show you like a picture of how that would be nude. Like if that's not problematic to you, then like I don't see what is. Alright, so for the ethical ramifications, I'm going to be looking at this from a deontological point of ethics view, which pretty much states that, like, the reason for doing the action is more important than the outcome, pretty much. So, personally, I think context when it comes to deepfakes really matter. If they're just for, like, a comedy video, where like obviously a person at least lets you know it's fake, like that's good, I guess, because it takes away like the shroud of mystery, like, oh, is this really real, is it really fake? Like as long as if it's doctored and they're telling like, hey, this is doctored, then like personally I think it's okay. um but the problem comes when you try to use these deep fakes to portray false information as truth. Like spreading misinformation anywhere is bad for the most part. Like I don't think I really have to explain that one too much. Just like if you're trying to intentionally manipulate people into believing these things when they're not true, then it's bad. Uh, so yeah, that basically brings me to my conclusion that I think it causes more harm than good, simply due to the basis that we're seeing with deepfakes now. Like they're mostly used for like fake porn videos, like political sabotage, things like that. So yeah, overall, I think that deepfakes are a problem, and I think that they need to be dealt with.